Hey, what's up guys? It's your man 4am again back with a new Valheim update. Today we're gonna talk about a fresh new dev post which I shared earlier containing new information about the Ashlands, including concept art for the new enemies. While the new biome is not yet around the corner, they also share great news with us regarding updates for the near future, including a Valheim Xbox release, character customization and difficulty options, while we're also gonna have a look at the current Ashlands, with items you can already get your hands on, as well as some AI concept art I made for said biome. I'm super excited to share everything with you guys, so let's get right to it. Alright, so here we are on the official Steam page for Valheim. You can tell that I've been playing quite some time in the past 2 weeks, but let's go to the community hub, as right here we've got a new blog post, which is going to be very interesting for everybody who is looking forward to a new update for the game. This one actually reveals information about the Ashlands, the next biome in line, which you can already visit in the game. So, Happy New Year, Vikings. They are basically writing a big thanks for everybody who shared their feedback, thoughts, and also the time about this new update. With the Mistlands being such a large and long expected update, it was quite scary to finally reveal it all to you. And it was such a relief to see how much you liked it. I totally agree. I mean, this is by far one of the best updates the game has had so far. Definitely makes it more challenging, while I preferred the difficulty before the nerf, but it's still a very nice new biome. A lot of new challenges, so much new fun stuff to explore, let's say. But now it is time for the future. So our next big biome update is going to be the Ashlands. Yes! You can already find this biome, by the way, if you go to the southern part on your world, basically right here. This red area, if we change the full terrain to biomes only, you can see that the red zone is basically the Ashlands. That one will be in the south, while in the north, we're gonna have the deep north, which is probably gonna be the one after the Ashlands update. But what's interesting about the Ashlands is that you can basically already visit it. It's far from finished, but you can already find and even mine some pretty interesting new resource, which we're gonna talk about a little bit further in this video. But let's get back to the post. So they've begun pre-production of the biome by creating some concept art and also trying to work out the feeling they want to have for said biome. And it's going to be quite different from what we are all used to, given that the Ashlands is a large chunk of land at the far south of the map. So that's basically what I showed you guys on the seed map. You can check it out on your very own world. It is real. We're going to visit it in a second, but with the Mistlands, they were quite secretive, while with the Ashlands, they actually want to show us some of the process. So the concept art we're going to check out in a second might not make it to the game, but I think this is a pretty nice approach to sharing, let's say, exciting new stuff that possibly pops up in Valheim towards the future. And we'd like to start off right away by showing you some enemy concepts. So if we scroll down a little bit right here, you can see that this is the first creature we're gonna have to deal with, the chart. And yeah, man, they remind me a little bit of the skeletons, which we've already seen in the burial chambers. You can already see different variations. So the first one has a claymore, a two-handed copper sword, let's say, while the second one comes with a dual-wield shorter swords or daggers, while the third is a kind of necromancer, and some of them have multiple skulls on their body, or two faces, let's say. And yeah, who knows, this is gonna be a little bit similar like the 1 and 2 star mobs which we have. They usually have more spikes, more heads, more armor, let's say, so that could be exactly what's happening right here as well. But I really like this new style. They definitely look creepy, and they will most likely also emit some fire particles. Gonna be glowing. Who knows, they have like this molten heart. It just emits light. Would be super cool to see. But let's move on to the next mob, which I also think looks pretty scary. Morgan. It's a spider type of creature, and it looks pretty creepy. Instead of 8 legs though, this one only comes with 2, it seems, and then also 2 arms, which it can use to, I don't know, grab you or leap or hang on trees. Oh, it's very scary to think about all that. Imagine just walking through the forest and then all of a sudden you have these guys like jumping out of the trees, bite you, grab your body and suck blood out of it, just like the ticks. I think that would be pretty interesting to see, but also definitely something to get nightmares from, don't you think? Let me know in the comments what you think of both designs. I think the charred necromancer to the right here looks the most interesting, as the fire staff, which we've seen with the Mistlands update, has many similarities with this one. So I think they're gonna add more magic to enemies this time. While the two skeletons with swords actually remind me a little bit of what we've seen in the Mistlands. These huge copper blades sticking in the ground basically, which you can tear down to get your hands on copper scrap. Definitely interesting to talk about as well. Who knows, this is gonna add some extra lore to the game. Would love to see that happening. So, as you might be able to guess from these images, our current design vision for the Ashlands is that it's a land of the dead, as well as a place with quite a volcanic nature. We're really looking forward to exploring the concept and finding out where it will lead us, and we're excited to have you along for this journey. Guys, today I've been playing around a little bit with AI image generation, and I also asked it to generate some concept art for the Ashlands. So I'm very excited to share what I found a little bit later in this video, but let's continue with the post right here. So if you're concerned about the Ashlands taking a long time to develop, you can rest assured that we have some more fun things planned for you between then and now. Yes, this is actually a big one right here. So Valheim is basically getting an Xbox release early this year and also crossplay support. So that means you'll be able to play with Xbox buddies. And this doesn't only mean that it's coming to Xbox, but it also means that it's basically coming to the Xbox Game Pass. Oh, well, it seems it's already out there. So for PC, you can already check out the PC Game Pass of Xbox, while the Xbox platform itself, it's going to be on the store soon, later this year. Well, I always prefer to just have it on Steam, but this is definitely great news. We've also talked about adding some new difficulty settings. Yes, we're working on something which we're currently calling the Hildir's quests. I sincerely hope they're gonna add a actual hardcore mode to the game. That would be super interesting. Ways that allow us to basically disable the minimap or increase the difficulty, like make Yalls even more terrifying than they already are, or maybe make things a lot more easy so people can basically focus on the creative aspect of Valheim, the building aspect, let's say. I think this is going to cater a lot more people, make so many more people happy, as some people think it's too easy or too hard still, even after the nerfs. And the programming and the QA folks were busy working out the final bugs for the Mistlands. The artists also got creative and designed some brand new clothes for your characters, which you can see right here. I think it would be pretty realistic to expect some new clothes with also new stats in the future. So say this one to the right is some kind of farmer set which you can get your hands on, which reduces stamina drain, let's say, when you plant new seeds in the ground or harvest crops, while the one to the left, I don't know, has, or looks like it has, the copper boots on with also some other fancy swag. Like, I don't know what to think of this one, but it would be nice if you had some new types of buffs or strengths which you can get your hands on with these lighter clothes, let's say, as they will probably not provide you with many armor points. Let me know in the comments what you think about these clothes, and do you also think, for example, that we will be able to dye them? If you, let's say, craft them, just like the different types of shields and capes, you can choose different colors. I think that would be very nice. Anyways, the Hildir's quest will also have some other fun things, like additional NPC, the eponymous Hildir herself, and a way for you to restyle your existing character's hair. Ooh, this is good, as I am that kind of person who finds this pretty important, the character customization, and sometimes I even delete my characters for it if I think the hairstyle or the body tint or color is not just right enough, let's say, but this is gonna be a solution for that. Don't worry though, an update like this won't be taking any significant time away from the development of the Ashlands, so would be pretty realistic to expect this in the coming 3 to 6 months, I'd say. Another thing they want to do in the future is improve the accessibility of the game. This is long overdue, but we want to finally add some options so that more people can enjoy Valheim. They're basically saying that if you have a disability or any other factor that affects your gaming, you're super welcome to send them an email and also provide them with a possible solution to improve your experience when playing the game. I think this is a very good thing. It's awesome to read that they're spending time for this as well. Try to make the game accessible for basically everyone in the community. So that was basically it for the blog post. Now let's move on to my AI-generated concept art for the Ashlands, let's say, as I am pretty excited to share this with you guys. Before we check it out, I want to let you guys know that there is actually already a new type of ore, this one right here, which you can also pick up. And that basically means that you can already farm them and possibly save it up for when the Ashlands releases. Craft all the new weapons and armor, let's say, in no time after you've also gathered the rest of the resources. But that basically brings us to my first AI art generated. So I basically wanted the AI to create me some concept art for the magma or fire or deposits basically, and this is what it came up with. I think it looks stunning. I've got a lot more for you guys, but this is already the first one. Pretty much shows what we can already find in the Ashlands. While I was also messing around a little bit with, let's say, magma caves, I've got another one for you guys right here. I think especially the one in the bottom left looks on point. I mean, I would love to see some statues, let's say magma statues popping up in this new biome. While the exterior is probably gonna look a little bit more like this. I just threw a spider giant in this biome because, yeah, we already have the Morgan concept art, let's say. Well, why not also an ashen sheep, let's say, that's literally burning and just emitting smoke 24/7? I think that would be pretty interesting to see. Some new types of creatures. Well, of course, for the biome itself, it's definitely gonna look a little bit like this. Barren lands, smoke, lava, and fog here and there. So I'm pretty happy with what the AI basically generated for us. Right here we've got another beautiful shot. Some cave sceneries, let's say, lava, volumetric fog, and also some sun shafts. I think they look pretty epic. So there you have it, some concept art for the Mistlands, what they're working on. And even though it's gonna take a pretty long time before we can get our hands on this update, there is already plenty of content to look forward to in the near future. The character customization options look pretty nice, but what I'm pretty happy about is that they're finally releasing this one on Xbox as well, so even more people can join us on our Viking adventures, let's say, while they're also experimenting with this Hildir's questing, let's say, which allows us to tweak with the difficulty settings. I think this is gonna be pretty interesting. Once again, fingers crossed for hardcore mode, disabling map, etc. I think that would be very cool to do without any mods. Let me know in the comments what you think of all this news, and also share your thoughts about the AI renders which I basically made as concept art for the Ashlands. Yesterday I shared my epic seed, which you can find in the top right of the screen, by the way. And I also want to give a quick shout out to my newest member, Sherry Putwell. Welcome to the party. If you guys enjoyed watching this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more. Right now though, it is 4 AM out. I want to wish you an awesome day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.